heading down to the beach for a walk and a wander, and probably take some photos through the bushwalk on the way down. Beautiful morning. Fancy little camera going, and I can't think what it's called. Lens baby. And check all the
sweet
flora and fauna and stuff along the way. They're tied out in the wetlands.
This is Kaiteriteri Beach in the Tasman district up here near Nelson. And we were here, and this was filmed in November 2024, so there weren't a lot of people around. But come Christmas, New Year period, this place will be packed. All the motor camps will be full, all the accommodation, all the holiday houses, etc. And this beach will be teeming with people. Today there's just a few tourists getting off the boat, which has probably been around to the Abel Tasman National Park. Some building materials being loaded onto the barge. A lot of the bays around here, there's no vehicular access, so the only way to get to them is by boat. Somebody's obviously got a building project on. One of the tour boats just come in to dock at the beach, obviously finished for the day. Moving on from Kaiteriteri now, I actually finished up staying at Kaiteriteri for a full week. We were only planning to stay for a few days, so we are now driving back through Nelson again and heading to our next stop, which will be at Momorangi Bay in the Marlborough Sounds. Lunch spot today, not too bad. We are heading around to Momorangi Bay for the night, or a couple of nights. We finished up staying only one night at Momorangi Bay, and we moved on then towards our next stop, which was Marfells Beach, where we are travelling through Picton, Blenheim and down the east coast of South Island. I've been to popped in quite a few times, mostly just to catch the ferry across to the North Island, and I didn't actually know that this logging port was even there. It's amazing. We sat and watched it for a good 10 minutes, just watching all the loaders loading the boat ready for export overseas. Rail bridge was completed in 1901. The railway line is on the top deck and the vehicles went below. It continued in use for 105 years until the new road bridge was completed in 2007. Highway, we headed in towards Marfells Beach, but you travel past Lake Grasmere on your way in. This is New Zealand's largest salt producing lake, and it's in an ideal location because of the salinity of the water and also because of the amount of sunshine we get up here in Marlborough, although today that's not very apparent. But we did take a slight detour up the hill heading towards the lighthouse, but the road got a bit windy and narrow, so we turned back and headed down towards the beach at Marfells Beach. Back to the beach again, this time on the east coast of the South Island. And up near Blenheim there's a beach called Marfells Beach, and that's where we are today for the night. Just having a wander down to the beach. Just arrived and set ourselves up, and there's our moho up there. Just walking along this beach here. This is Marfells Beach still, and this lovely wavy sand pattern, obviously caused by the wind. Amazing. As you can see, it's a dull grey day, but it's still a beautiful spot. It's quite cool. We've camped here on several occasions, and it's a lovely place to stop. The camp's run by the Department of Conservation. There's no power, but there are toilet facilities. Leaving Marfells Beach, we'll be back again, no doubt, but heading today towards Kaikoura. Marfells, you can't get much closer to the sea. It's just a short walk and you're there. So this is the Pacific Ocean putting on a good display for us today of these impressive breakers. Moving back. to look at those big waves down there on the Kaikoura coastline, just north of Kaikoura, and we found lots of interesting bits of driftwood. These ones unfortunately won't fit in our storage locker, so once again the bike rack comes to the rescue. If you're into driftwood, looks like paradise. So much here. Almost good enough to eat, but like a licorice all sort. Yum. That I do believe is flint, which I didn't know that we had on New Zealand, so that's very interesting. Big old piece of rusty metal. It always amazes me how nature creates all these wonderful patterns, even in something so man-made. This is nature at its best again. This is, I do believe, what we call the ponga tree, which is a native fern here in New Zealand. So just navigating this so-called track, which goes up there, back up to the road level, so your truck just going past, and then it's the car park area back where the motorhome is. Something I didn't expect to find here. Some lilac growing here on the foreshore. Piece of cake. Sites along the Kaikoura coastline were established following the Kaikoura earthquake when the road was rebuilt. In consultation with Maori, they have created these areas, parking areas, rest areas, and each one has a special significance to the Maori and tells the story of their history, their ancestry, their connection with other areas, and their connection with the sea. The sea was, of course, vital to Maori because it was a source of their kai, or food. Of course, it provided a way for them to move around in their waka of canoes. The sea and the waterways were very important to Maori, and they still are today. Found these sites really interesting and quite spiritual. It's just lovely to be able to stop and take some time on our journey. Kaikoura, we stopped for the night at Donegal House, which is a lovely place for motorhomers and caravanners, and there's also the option of the restaurant on site and a lovely garden to walk around. So here we are in Kaikoura again. I think it's the 5th time we've been here this year on our way through to places north of here. Kaikoura on a beautiful day is hard to beat, and we've picked one of those days today. It's just still and a bit hazy in the distance, but no wind makes it just a pleasant day. beautiful Kaikoura coastline and head over the hills to our next stop, which is going to be Motunau Beach for a lunch break and then on to home. Arriving at our lunch spot, and after lunch we'll just have a bit of a scavenge around. There's some very interesting rocks here at Motunau Beach, including a lot of fossils, but we will see what we can find. A few additions to our rock collection later. We are now on our way home. And that is the end of this road trip to Kaiteriteri and places north of where we live. Our next trip is possibly to the west coast, so look out for that video. The west coast is a very beautiful area and there's lots to do over there. Till next time, take care.